What is up, guys? Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan here. Hope you're having a great weekend. We're heading into the last day as I speak here on this Sunday. It has already started. Last day, regular season NBA. I want to focus on the Eastern Conference and the fact that four teams are competing for the final two playoff spots, as in non-play-in, meaning seeds 5 and 6, while the other two teams of the four will still be technically in the playoffs, but in a play-in capacity. So before we do get started, you do like the content of this particular video, you know what to do. Go right ahead, hit that thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe as well to my channel. That would be 100% awesome. Now, guys, we got four teams. Those four teams being the Philadelphia 76ers, the Orlando Magic, the Indiana Pacers, and the Miami Heat, all competing. Now, of these four teams, they're competing for those last two spots, seeds 5 and 6. And then, of course, the other two would fall into the play-in, but if you do get out of the play-in, you're looking at a 7th or 8th seed, meaning in all likelihood you are playing the Bucks, who in all likelihood will get the 2nd seed, and the, of course, Boston Celtics, number 1 seed. Now, the Miami Heat, and I'm not going to turn this into a Miami Heat video, even though that is my local team here, and I could talk about them all day, but we're not going to do that. But the Miami Heat are the one team of these four that does not control any kind of their own destiny. They will need some help, as they are a game. Only a game separates these four teams, but the Heat are 45 and 36, while the other three teams are 46 and 35. So they're a game up, the other three teams on the Heat. Obviously, if all four of them lose, the Heat are going to get the 8th seed and obviously playing. Now, if three Orlando, Indiana. Now, this is important to point out, guys. This is a big key right here. I want to point this out to you. If the Magic, Indiana Pacers, and Philadelphia all win, and doesn't matter what the Heat do, let's say the Heat win, they all win, it's going to be Orlando as the 5th seed, the Pacers as the 6th, 76ers get the 7th, Heat get the 8th seed. So Sixers and Heat are kind of like on the outside looking in. Definitely the Heat are. Indiana and Orlando seem more likely going into this game. More likely. Even though the Magic, I'm going to get it, they have the toughest matchup, which I'm going to get into in a second on Sunday. They look more likely to get, that's the Magic and the Pacers, to get those last two spots, 5 and 6. All four teams will play home on Sunday the 14th. The Magic host the Bucks. That's the toughest matchup right there, as the Bucks still have something to play for here in seeding. That's a tough one. 76ers will host the Brooklyn Nets. And as I mentioned, all four are at home. Pacers host the Hawks. You would think the Pacers win that game. And I only say that because the Hawks are, I believe, it's either the 9th or 10th seed. So they're getting at the very back end of the play-in. The Hawks are in that, as I understand it. So what I'm getting at here is the Hawks may just not, they could just settle that in that last game. They can kind of hang out, and whatever happens, happens. Pacers having a lot more to play for. And then the Heat have a very winnable game against a rebuilding Toronto Raptor team at home. So you got to like the Heat's chances to win their last regular season game. But again, they need a lot of help. They need a fair amount of help, guys. So that's really how it does break down for those four teams. And really, they're all, I mean, you look at 46 and 35, you're 11 games above 500. I mean, that's fantastic. The Heat even 45-36, you're 9 games above 500. Now, a lot of the conversation I've heard, and rightfully so, is, well, the Heat are a little bit better, but they just had injuries. And the Sixers are definitely a little bit because of Embiid. And I'm not going to really argue that, but one thing I don't hear a lot about is that let's not forget the Indiana, Pacers. Almost said Indianapolis Pacers. It's Indianapolis Colts, Indiana Pacers, right? The Indiana Pacers were without Halliburton for a fair amount of time. He missed a lot of games. He missed a lot of time in the first half of the season prior to the All-Star game. He missed a lot of time, guys. This cannot be discounted. This cannot be overlooked. He is the heart and soul of that team. He's the straw that stirs the drink. All-star point guard. He's a great player, Halliburton. So this is all interesting stuff. I'm going to follow up with you guys as the week progresses. This is perfect timing because we had of course, March Madness college basketball tournament concluding Monday night, and then we got a few days of in between. Well, this is cool. Everything, NBA will be winding down, and this is like a basketball fan's holiday in a sense. Now that you go from March Madness, which I love that, the men's basketball tournament, I love it. And you go from that, and then you get a couple days of, it's over now. And now the NBA is kicking in with all the playoff scenarios. And by next week, we're going to be into the actual postseason. It's going to be great. So buckle up, as they say. We got a lot to talk about. We got a long way to go here. Let me know what you think. But my focus on this Sunday, heading into Monday, really is the Eastern Conference and how that playoff picture is going to come together and materialize. So let me know what you think, guys. I will talk to you soon, and bye for now.